If you've got one of the fuel-injected small-capacity Honda motorcycles and you go up to some high altitude, beyond 2,000 meters or so, you will notice how lethargic and gutless they become. I can show you a technique with which you can rectify this to some extent. And I know it works for sure on the Wave 125i that I have got here. And it should work on the Grom, Monkey, C125, CT125, DAX, and I know it works also on some versions of the automatic scooters like the Vario or Click in Thailand. On these models you will find a little red plug. It's usually under the seat or under some panels. In my case I have put mine outside and left it outside because I'm out in the Andes where I keep changing altitude a lot. What you do with that plug is you take off the cap and you can then use a paper clip or some wire or another tool to short the blue and green wire. With that you can set stuff like the altitude, reset the ECU, check fault codes and other things as well. To interact with the ECU you don't need any OBD readers or anything like that, just shorting those pins, ignition, throttle cable, and it tells you stuff with blinking patterns on the MIL or check engine lights. To set it now into mode 1, which goes up to 2,000 meters, it's the exact same process as if you were to reset it. It's not a true reset, but you bring it into learning mode, which is what you do if you've worked on the head, changed something with the air intake or with the exhaust. You pull on the throttle, keep it open, turn on ignition, wait for this light to go into a fast blinking pattern, then you let go, wait 3 seconds, and then it will blink to you the mode that it's in. It's now in mode 1 and it will blink once with a pause in between. And you then turn it off and now it's set into mode 1. For the higher modes you have to actuate the throttle after you let go of it. So for mode 2 you actuate once, you deduct 1 pull. 0 pulls is mode 1, 1 pull is mode 2, and in mode 4 is 3 pulls. You have to be very slow. So I'm going to demonstrate to you mode 2 now. So pull throttle, turn on ignition, wait for the light to come off, let go, pull up, let go, and now this light when it turns off should blink 2 times. 1, 2, powers. 1, 2, so how many times it blinks is what mode it is in. So now I'm going to set it to mode 4, just for demonstration purposes. So turn on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, let go, and now we wait, and now it should blink 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in mode 4. And that's how you set your altitude. Don't forget to remove this. There we go, put the cap back on again. I'm currently at 2,700 meters, so it was a bit lethargic. Now that I've got it in the right mode, if you now turn it on, it should be a lot more responsive. Word of warning though, I do not know how exactly the mapping changes if you change the altitude mode. I suspect it might be running a little bit leaner because there's less air around. So when you're descending back down again to lower altitudes, make sure you're changing the mode back to lower setting because you don't want to have a lean running engine. They run hotter internally and you can burn stuff. And that's why I have my plug extracted outside. The other one is power and heat output. The engine becomes way more responsive when you fire it up. The first time I've set it, I was amazed how it behaved. Now, if you do climb over longer distances, because there's less air around and because the engine's making more power, you've got more heating happening with less cooling going to the engine. So be mindful of that. I don't know how it affects the water-cooled bikes. I suspect that there's more at risk of boiling coolant. With these ones here, they do cut back on ignition when they start to get hot. You actually notice it when you are riding in a straight line. It'll just jerk forward a bit and it makes a bit less power. And then the gear shifter starts to feel a little bit more jammy or gummy. It doesn't shift as smoothly. So just be careful with that. Just pull over every now and then, let them cool down if you do some long steep climbs going up a hill, and then set them back to the lower altitude modes when you go back down again. If the setting fails or if you can't set the altitude, there might be a stored fault code on the engine. What you have to do is you have to insert the paper clip, turn it on, take the clip out and then turn off the ignition, and that should reset all the fault codes. If you think this was useful, why not give it a thumbs up? And if you've got any feedback, if you know any other Honda models that have got the same mode setting, please leave a comment. I read them all and I will update the description so more people can find this video. If you're interested in my trip around the globe, why not subscribe? I'll be documenting all the places I've been to on this motorcycle and some other vehicles I've been traveling around with as well. And until next time, I hope you have a great time.